folks, they're dead.
How dead are they? They're so dead, they ain't coming back.
Never.
Why are they dead?
For various reasons, which we're going to learn about today.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. We talk about the dead.
That's it. It's a history thing.
I'm dead, too.
No, you're dead tired. Inside. You're dead tired.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
We're dead tired, but we're still kicking and breathing.
And we thought the margaritas would help, but they're just making us
They just
sleepy.
made us more tired. Now I realize why I really don't drink, because I just get tired.
Tired.
I
yeah.
know. Wait,
you were talking about how you were going to get naked and dance on the table. That didn't happen.
Took a lot more alcohol than that, and I fell asleep. And, and I'm Shannon Butler. No. You're Shannon Butler.
I'm pretty sure.
Are you Shannon Butler?
Maybe.
One of us is.
What about Lila?
Lila's not Shannon Butler.
Lila's on the end of the table.
Lila's
staring.
Lila.
She's got a very weird face. Oh.
She's looking. I'm Mommy. I'm Sue Teresi.
You're Sue Teresi.
I'm Sue Teresi.
I'm
Lila's
Shannon Butler.
Mom. You're Shannon Butler.
Lila.
We're going to talk about people.
We're going to talk about dead people.
Because that's how we roll. That's why we get the big bucks.
I mean, do we?
No, we don't get shit. But it's this is what we do. We educate.
Now I'm just noticing your Thanksgiving decoration that you got going on here.
Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving. Your G is kind of
kind of bent. Otherwise, the thing fell off the wall, so I used it to hang it up.
I'm trying to it's not spelled right. I'm like, where's the G? And
it's hiding.
It's hiding behind the frame.
It's Thanksgiving.
Given.
It
is Thanksgiving.
Given, because it was so giving, it gave me the G.
And then you got two signs that say Happy Thanksgiving.
And just in case you missed the first one, we like to decorate for the holidays.
Yes,
that's
that one's
spelled
got the G.
One has nothing. There's just like a big turkey on it. It's probably in the other room. So I busted out. We put the vampires away, and we took out the scarecrows and the turkeys, because that's how things go in the house of Lila.
And you got a stuffed turkey that says no tweeting while we're eating.
No tweeting while we're eating.
Okay. All right.
Does this meet with your approval? Those are the only turkeys that come in the house.
You have... Okay, our listeners can't see, but...
They can't?
No. But every holiday...
Yep.
Sue's got this place decked out.
Yep.
With decorations.
Yep.
Of all sorts.
Yep.
And I'm just... I don't know how... Where do you get the energy?
I don't know. I just... It was time, like right after Halloween. Halloween was the big one. Halloween is my Christmas.
That is mine too. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I got tons of stuff. We keep in the garage. I had to add shelving, and so it was like it's time, because I have a small window for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. So I was like, pull out this, and some of the Halloween stuff I keep because it's fall. So I keep some of the pumpkins right, and the fall stuff, and now we just pull out this, and then that'll go away.
I feel like your pilgrims that are over there, you have like a lot of pilgrims, like way too many pilgrims. They're
cute, right?
Yeah, but I think they should be like vampire pilgrims.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be even better. Then you can have them out for both Halloween
both. Like the Nightmare Before Christmas is both holidays.
Yeah.
We could trick them out, like give them fangs.
Isn't there like a horror movie coming out soon? I think it's called Thanksgiving. And it's,
is it? Oh, cool.
Yeah. And I think like one of the characters is like a pilgrim.
Vampire pilgrim?
Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Right?
I don't know. I'm
to go check
game.
It out. Yeah.
Pun intended.
Game.
Okay. Oh, you just got that joke, didn't you? I finally laughed at one of my jokes.
I'm slow tonight, but I got
You haven't been laughing at my jokes. No, not a one, and they were some good stuff.
Seasonal depression is kicking in hard.
Right, that's because it gets dark at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
You got to move to Alaska, where it's like 10 o'clock at night. It's like sunny.
No.
A little cold.
I will never do that.
Okay, well, they don't have seasonal except for the 6 months where it's a little dark.
Sorry to anyone who lives in Alaska, but I'm not moving.
No. So you could live there for 6 months?
No.
All right, just putting it out there.
All right,
so I want to make an addition. We did Walt Disney a while ago.
Okay.
And I just found out a fact that I didn't even know about. Otherwise, I would have included it. Now, I don't know how people find this stuff out. Walt Disney was actually a direct descendant of Reverend Burrough. He is Walt's 6th great-grandfather on his mother's side. Who was Reverend Burrough? I heard you ask.
Who?
Thank you. He was a Harvard honors graduate. Throughout the course of his life, he fathered 9 children among 3 wives, 2 of which were believed to die during childbirth. However, he was the minister at a little village in a little place you might have heard of called Salem, Massachusetts.
Ah, yes.
From 1681 to 1683, he made a couple of enemies there.
Uh-oh.
In particular, the Putnam family.
Oh, shit.
Who accused him of witchcraft. His trial took place in 1692. He was found guilty
Oh, that's a bad year.
based on evidence that included his extraordinary feats of strength and all this stuff. Long story short, they hung him.
Because he's strong.
He was strong with a musket, and I probably had a black hat. Who knows? But he made...
All I can think of is, I pick things up and put them down.
I pick it up and put it down.
I pick things up
Pretty
and put them
much.
down.
And when you make enemies in the wrong place, you are considered a witch. So they killed him. They killed him. Yep. So 6 times, and
Luckily, he
of
had
Disney.
9 kids so that we could have Walt Disney.
You're not kidding, but who would have known that Walt's great times 6 on his mom's side was killed in Salem?
That's wild.
So I just found that out, and I was like, wow, too bad I didn't have this information then, but I got it now.
You got it now? Yeah.
So
you learn as you go.
There you go. I can't believe
Yeah.
in all the research I did, it talked about other things about Walt. And I know he was private and stuff. He never talked about his kids and whatever. But
Yeah.
I was like, wow, who knew?
That's cool.
So now you know, dear breathers.
That's a good bit of history.
So-
we should really do an episode on the Salem witch trials. That'd be awesome.
That'd be a lot of work.
It would be.
We'll do it.
I've thought about it, and I've thought about all the research that would have to go into to do a good job.
We'll start with that guy. With Walt's
Yeah.
great, Reverend, they killed the strong
They
man.
killed
Yeah.
the strong guy.
You know,
That is something you need strong guys in early colonial America.
You would
because,
think.
What?
but when you make enemies, like the Putnams or whatever, that's it. You're
Yeah.
sealing your own. So they
Huh.
wanted him out. So, he's a
Wow.
witch.
Well, that's a cool tidbit that I did not know. Thank
See?
you for sharing. I learned something new tonight.
So we're going to learn a lot of things tonight.
Okay, good.
Okay.
'Cause we're learning with Sue, and we always
Oh,
learn.
learning with Sue. Here we go.
Okay.
I got a question for you. You ready?
I'm ready.
Can you cheat death?
I don't want to.
Yeah. Well, if you wanted to, could you?
No, I don't think so.
What happens when you narrowly avoid death only to die close thereafter?
That sucks.
Did you cheat death or put it on a temporary hold?
I don't know.
Can I picture like the Grim Reaper running after you with the sickle? Come back here!
Yeah, the
Do
Grim
over.
Reaper got like...
It's a do-over.
He was gonna take your life right then and there, but then he saw like a hot chick walk by. He's like,
Something.
"Oh,
I got distracted.
damn."
Wait a minute.
Oh
Come
shit!
back.
I was supposed to kill you. Come back.
That's
here.
pretty much. I'm gonna talk about some people who avoided a severely deadly situation,
Okay.
only to die right afterwards.
That sucks.
So it's very strange.
Okay.
Let's start with Yi Meng Yuang. She was 16 years old in 2013 when she boarded Asiana Airlines Flight 214.
Okay.
She was on her way to Southern California from China for summer camp.
Okay.
And that's when the nightmare began. Her plane crashed because it came in too low and too slow and had a rough landing just before the runway.
Oh.
She did survive, although she was injured. She survived the crash.
Okay.
She came out of the plane. She was lying on the ground and was run over by a fire truck who had been summoned to put out fires. But the plane, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, they were on their way to extinguish some fires that had broken out, and they hit Yuan on the way where she was killed by the truck.
How old was she?
16.
Oh, ouch.
Did she survive the plane crash? Did she survive? No.
No.
For a little bit,
For a little bit.
but no.
That was definitely one of those things where the Grim Reaper is like,
Hanging out. He's just hanging out, and he had his quota to fill.
He was on TikTok on his phone.
And he missed
wasn't paying
it.
attention.
Yeah.
He's like,
makes you wonder about
shit.
these things, right?
I was supposed to. All right.
All right. So he's still coming.
Okay.
On December 13th, 1977, the Purple Aces, they were a men's basketball team at the University of Evansville. They were headed to Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro, Tennessee for a game.
Okay.
Shortly after the takeoff, their twin-engine plane lost control and they crashed in a nearby field. All 29 people aboard died.
Oh. Okay.
25 died immediately on impact. 3 people died later at the crash scene, and 1 individual died at the hospital. The whole team was gone, except for 1 player.
Oh.
Freshman David Furr had survived because he didn't travel with the team because he had an ankle injury and he didn't get on the plane.
Oh.
Some may call him lucky.
Uh-huh.
That didn't last too long.
Uh-oh.
2 weeks. 2
weeks.
weeks after the crash, David and his brother were killed after getting hit by a drunk driver.
Fuck.
So his death meant that all members of the Purple Aces basketball team had passed away by the end of 1977.
So I guess they weren't going to the championships then.
No, 2 weeks. Did he survive? Well, for 2 weeks. See, this is what I mean. This is where I'm going with this.
This is
Yeah, I know.
shitty.
This is gonna.
Sorry.
No, it is. It is. That's why we
Okay.
do the. Yeah. Jessica Ghawi, again, everyone knows I cannot pronounce names. She was professionally known as Jessica Redfield. She was an aspiring sportscaster who was at the Eaton Center food court shooting in Toronto on June of 2012.
Okay.
She ordered food and decided to go sit outside instead of sitting down and eating at the food court.
Okay.
Minutes after she left, the shooter opened fire at the food court, leaving 2 people dead and many, many people injured in the area where she had just vacated.
Huh.
Afterwards, she stated that she had experienced an odd feeling that led her to leave the food court, and that odd feeling saved her life.
Okay.
However, a month later, Jessica was killed during the horrific Aurora, Colorado shooting.
Ooh.
A gunman opened fire in a movie theater at the midnight screening of The Dark Knight Rises.
Right.
12 people died.
Yeah.
She survives one shooting, only to be killed right after at another.
Jesus.
I don't get it.
What is that? What is...
Okay, that's why I'm doing this.
This is like some Final Destination.
It really
shit
is.
here.
It really is. So, did she survive the school shooting? Well, technically,
but
this Jessica, died in another one shortly. I mean, these are like short. So they survived one horrific thing to die by another horrific thing.
That's not cool. Okay.
Bobby Leach was a stuntman, so his career revolved around death-defying activities. One of his most famous stunts almost killed him. He went over Niagara Falls in a barrel.
Okay.
Jumping off the falls is something that many daredevils have tried.
Sure.
After Sam Patch and Annie Edson Taylor survived their attempts to go over the falls. The key, in case you're wondering, is to create something that will keep you safe when you land.
Right.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, after the first successful jumps, many people died trying to do it, but this didn't stop Bobby Leach. He built a steel barrel, put himself inside, and dropped off Niagara Falls. He survived, spent 6 months in a hospital recovering from his injuries, but he went over the falls in a barrel. He survived.
Okay.
After this, Leach became a public figure. He toured the world. He talked about his Niagara Falls stunt.
Don't tell me he dies from like a cold.
But fate finally caught up to him in a rather unexpected way.
Okay.
In 1926, he slipped on an orange peel after a lecture in
No.
New Zealand. I shit you not. The slip would ultimately be the death of this well-known stuntman. Stuntman dies by a peel.
A fucking orange peel.
His injuries from the fall led to an infection which resulted in the amputation of his leg. After surgery, he became weak and his health started to fail, and he died April 26, 1926.
That is...
Death by orange peel.
But
Survived the falls and all this.
I can't even.
Okay, right? So crickets, I don't get it. Phyllis Jean Ridings, just listen to her name, Ridings. She was 52.
Okay.
And her father, 70-year-old Elsie Warren, walked away unharmed from a plane crash in 2007.
Okay.
The two were flying a homemade plane when the engine caught fire.
I'm sorry, did you say homemade plane?
When the engine caught fire. Homemade plane. It's not like homemade brownies. It's a homemade plane.
That's not.
Tell Wilbur Norval. I don't know. Okay? This is all I got here. They had to make an emergency landing in a hayfield. It was a success at the time. Riding said, I gave all the credit to God and my father's flying skills. 4 years later, did I mention her name is Ridings?
Ridings, yeah.
And Warren were involved in a similar crisis. As members of the Experimental Aircraft Association, they were flying an experimental plane to an air show in Texas in 2011. Yeah, we all can see this coming. The cockpit started to fill with smoke. They tried to make an emergency landing, but this time they weren't successful, and the plane crashed in a ball of flames, and she and her dad were killed.
I mean...
In a plane crash, right after they survived the plane crash.
In an experimental plane.
At least it wasn't homemade. I don't know.
I mean, what's the difference
I
between
don't
homemade
know.
and experimental?
The difference is they survived one, not the other. That's the difference. Don't know? Can't tell you.
Okay. Ouch.
Truth is stranger than fiction, right? Can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
Marcus Garvey was a Jamaican political leader who was an advocate for black nationalism and Pan-African movements. Founder of the Black Star Line, he inspired people all around the world when it came to the economic empowerment of Africa. He called the movement Garveyism. On June 10, 1940, Garvey read an obituary about himself. It said that he had died broke, alone, and unpopular. Upon reading this, Garvey suffered 2 strokes and died.
What?
Yes. This may not be your conventional cheating death type, but it seems that maybe he foresaw the death moments before it happened. He's like, me? I died what? What? And it gave him you know. Yeah. Yeah, he had a stroke and died after reading about his own death.
Bizarre. That's bizarre, but that's not cheating death.
He wasn't dead. Until he read that he was dead, and then he was dead.
That's weird.
So maybe that's encouraging death instead of cheating it.
Encouraging death.
You think I'm dead? I'll show you. I'm not dead. I'm not dead yet. Villa going out for a walk. I'm not dead.
And then the Grim Reaper's like, yes, you are.
Yes, you are. Knock, knock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
You know.
All right.
Joanna Ganzler was an Italian senior citizen in Brazil with her husband for a vacation.
Uh-huh.
They had booked a flight to Paris May 31st, 2009, Air France Flight 442 to be exact. It crashed into the Atlantic, killing all 228 people aboard. But she and her husband missed the flight and they decided to go home.
Oh.
They flew into Europe a day later and they rented a car and headed home.
Okay.
While they were on the road in Austria, their car swerved in the opposite lane and hit a truck. She died at the hospital later. He suffered serious injuries but survived.
Oh.
So he cheated it twice.
Yeah.
The plane crashed. They weren't on it because they decided not to go. But the car that they decided to go in instead crashed. He survived twice.
So that means he's due.
I don't know. Yeah.
How was he going to do? When was this?
What did I say? 09.
Oh, no. And you said he was already...
He survived that.
Huh.
He suffered serious injuries. He survived then in 09. She not her.
I wonder if he's still alive.
Don't know. You would hope so, but that was, they were senior citizens in 09, so figure it out. Yeah.
All right.
In 2013, a horrific fire in a Brazilian nightclub left over 200 people dead and hundreds more injured.
Ooh.
Jessica de Lima Roll, 21, was one of the people who had organized this party.
Uh-oh.
That night, her boyfriend said, I know you organized the party, but why don't we just stay home? We're going to have Netflix and chill.
She was okay with that?
She agreed, even though she was like, she helped set up the party, and I guess she didn't want to go, and he persuaded her to stay home.
Okay.
That's what saved her life. Oh. Hundreds of university students were killed or injured after a firework ignited flammable acoustic foam in the ceiling.
Oh, jeez.
A few days later, she went to visit her boyfriend at work. On the way back, the couple died as a result of a freak accident. Police reported that their car collided with a truck head-on.
Ooh.
Roll died immediately, and her boyfriend passed away later in the hospital.
Yee.
Don't go to the party. Okay, I won't go. You saved my life. And they died anyway.
These are just painful to listen to.
They are.
They really are.
I was reading this, and I had to stop and come back to it, and stop and scratch my head, and stop and come back to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hilda Yolanda Mayol worked in a restaurant in the World Trade Center.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, no. Luckily, she worked at the ground level, and she was able to escape on 9/11.
Okay.
However, unfortunately, her luck didn't last. She was one of the 265 people who died as a result of the crash of American Airline Flight 587 in Queens.
Oh, come on.
On November 12th, 2001, 2 months after the attack.
Oh, come on. Oh.
See, this is what I mean. She survived that for 2 months. So it leads me to believe, are you cheating death? Did she survive? No. Yes. No.
The Grim Reaper fucked up. That's what
maybe he dropped the ball and he's like, no, you're not off my list.
I'm sticking to
that. Now, I'm really going to mess up this name.
Okay.
Fagilyu. I cannot pronounce these names. In 2011, and his last name, her last name was Mukhametzyanov. Mukhametzyanov. I cannot pronounce names.
Okay.
Her name was Mary Smith. I would probably botch it. Okay. She was 49, pronounced dead by doctors after she collapsed in a home from a heart attack.
Okay.
However, she wasn't dead.
Oh.
Yet.
Yeah.
She woke up at her own funeral.
No, fuck.
In a coffin. She began screaming and then collapsed once more after suffering yet another heart attack. So she has a heart attack. They pronounce her dead. She wakes up at the funeral.
They didn't embalm her?
Oh.
Where did this take place?
I gotta read on. Give me a minute. I'll come to it.
Okay.
I don't know. She began screaming, had yet another heart attack. She was rushed to the hospital after 12 minutes. She now was officially pronounced dead for the second time. Unfortunately, this time was for real. Her husband says her eyes flooded, and we immediately rushed her back to the hospital. She lived for another 12 minutes in intensive care before she died again, this time for good. I don't know where it was. It was 2011. I'd have to...
I mean, you're having
She wakes
a funeral.
up
They
and had her own funeral in the coffin. She wakes up. What's going on? Is that a funeral for who?
You! They didn't embalm this bitch?
Do you wake up when they do? I don't know. I don't know much about embalming. Can you wake up during the embalming?
No, but if you're having a funeral, if you're
embalmed?
If you're having a funeral, you have to, if you're going to be in a casket, you have to be embalmed.
Is that a law?
I think so.
I don't know. Maybe they embalmed her. I don't know. Maybe they did
no,
a light.
If you're, I don't know.
You wake up after
embalming
embalming
process. No,
then
you're dead. If your body is filled with embalming fluid, all your blood is drained, and they fill your body with embalming fluid. So they clearly did not embalm this.
Maybe
person.
some cultures don't.
So
I don't know.
I'm wondering if this was even in the.
Maybe she would have woken up then. I don't know. She woke up in the coffin. What did I say? She woke up in the coffin at her own funeral.
So they clearly. That's why I want to know where this is, because.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
You'd
again.
have to. Yeah, that's
no.
Okay.
Yeah. It's 2011. Maybe they skipped it. They fluttered. Whose funeral are we at? Wait, I'm the dead guy. Wait, you know.
That's just... That one I find hard to believe.
This is, you know.
Okay. Anyway. What else you got?
No, that was it. That was the top 10.
That was
top 10. That was top 10.
Oh, okay.
Top 10 people that died or almost died or did die.
And
then did die anyway. They survived these horrific things only to die by another horrific thing. Okay. So you wake up at your own funeral and then, 12 minutes later, back in the box.
That one.
Back in the box. Okay.
I'm suspicious of that one.
We can fact check that after. But
yeah, I'm curious because I'm like, they didn't bother to embalm
all the rest, you know...
Especially if it's an open casket, then you have to embalm
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe she was knocking, let me out of here. I don't know. I don't know how this works. I'm just,
because the body starts deteriorating really quickly after you die. Well, and
maybe she was Jewish because we bury within 24 hours.
Do you embalm?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. Huh. I really don't know. I don't know what we do.
Okay.
If you're sleeping too long, we put you in the ground. So I don't really know. We get quick and clean. Okay. We don't do weight. I don't know. It's not only for weight. No, maybe we don't.
Okay.
What would be the point if you're burying them the next day?
You guys don't do open casket?
No, we don't do open casket.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe
you don't. Okay.
You would think I would know this, but I don't. This is a good question I have to ask. I don't know. I know, somebody sits with the body and stuff, and, they wash it and they prepare, but I don't know that.
Okay.
I don't know, because we try to do it as we don't do the wakey thing, hang with the dead guy we're done.
Okay.
Quick and clean. They're done. Is he sleeping? Yeah, I'm sure.
And you don't do cremations either?
No.
All right.
We don't do any of that.
All right.
You're done.
Okay.
You're sleeping, boom, you're gone. You better get up to pee. If not, you're going down.
I want someone to turn me into a tree.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
They could turn you into a tree, or you could shoot you into a star or something.
There's the natural...
I've seen all that.
Human composting thing. So maybe I can become someone's soil.
Okay,
and then
that's good.
Tomatoes can sprout from me.
That would be the coolest thing ever.
Right?
Yeah,
I think that sounds good.
Yeah.
New York just passed that law. We can do that now. Here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I know.
Good to know. So, I don't know. What's the moral of the story?
When
you gotta go, you
life
gotta
sucks
go.
And then you die.
No, stop it. Stop it. Smacking.
That's where I'm at right now.
No, the moral is when it's your time, it's your time.
Right.
And I always ask that question, well, what if you're on a plane, it's the pilot's time? Then you're really screwed. But when it's your time, it's going to fight. I don't think you can. I mean, I don't know. Some people come out of really bad accidents and really bad things, and they live a good old time afterwards. These people didn't. These people suffered something awful only to die shortly thereafter by something equally as awful. And that's what caught my, you hear stories of people walking out of plane crashes or, bad car or whatever, or coming out of comas or whatever. Right. And that does mean they cheated death, I guess. If you survive something terrible and you live a long,
But we all die
these
eventually.
people didn't. Well, nobody gets out alive.
Right.
That's why we do this podcast.
You can't take it with you, right, Lila?
No.
Right.
No. I mean, everybody's got to go, but they thought they were going to be around, and they didn't. And that's where I was going with this. I just found it very creepy, cool, fascinating. I myself didn't know what to think, so I figured we'd discuss it. And if anybody else knows what to make out of it, please let me know because I can't figure it out.
I'm still going with the Grim Reaper got sidetracked and fucked
So that was it. He was on his phone. Yeah. He got a text message and he looked the other way.
Right.
And he's like, oh, that one.
Yeah.
How did I let that one slip through my feet? Get back here.
Yeah.
Get back. Where do you think you're going?
Yeah, exactly.
Get back here.
Get back here.
Need a longer sickle. He had to answer, you know. You had one job.
Yeah.
You had to get that guy, but you let him slip.
You know what? He gets to the scene of the incident and he realizes he left his sickle at home.
Oh, was that it? And he had to go back?
And he's like, oh, shit. All right. Hang tight. I'll get you in a bit.
Yeah.
And then,
wait for it. And you wonder, you know, I imagine these people like, wow, I'm blessed. I survived this terrible thing. Psych. So, you know, you wonder, like, you know, what goes on in somebody's mind. Obviously, they didn't know that they, you know, were going to go shortly thereafter. Here they are probably like, you know, yay, you know, great. I thought, you know, boom. So that's just what struck me as being something that we should do a podcast on.
No, it's a good subject matter. Crazy. I mean, kind of creepy as hell, but yeah.
Really?
Good.
This show creepy as hell? Really?
A little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, we're always creepy.
I like it. Yeah,
I know.
We are.
This is creepier than normal. I mean, can't be worse than children serial killers, you know.
Right.
And that's what we do, and this is the only place you're going to find shit like that.
That's how we roll. Fabulous,
crazy, creepy episode of All My Favorite People Are Dead. Thanks for listening.
Bye, breathers.
All my favorite people are dead. All my favorite people are dead. I'm saying all my favorite people are dead.